What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel, and for those of you that are coming back, welcome back. So, as you guys can tell, I'm trying to bring back old what ifs and actually try to finish them. So, hope you guys enjoy these videos every Wednesday or Sunday. Whenever I'm either one, I'm trying to finish them in that amount of time. You know, I'm trying to you'll get new videos every Sunday or Wednesday. Anyways, let's get on to the video. With us covering the Golden Frieza and Champa Saga in part 9, we now need to go back in time to the future. I know that didn't make sense, but just roll with it. So with the Black Saga coming up real soon, we have to go back and explain Future Gohan's timeline. Meaning we must go all the way back to the beginning of part 4. Man, were those the days. So in this timeline, Gohan doesn't show up to kill Frieza and King Cold, since he hasn't been born yet. It's down to Goku and Goten to defeat them and restore peace on Earth. Once Frieza arrives on Earth, he is met with a father and son duo that caused him so much anger. Goku tells Frieza to get out of here, or else him and his big buddy over there are going to be sent to Hiffle. Frieza tells him that the only ones going to hell here are him and this dirtball of a planet. He then orders his men to hunt down all life on this planet while he fights them. Goten tries to stop them, but he is stopped by his own father, who tells him that the others can handle, the soldiers. They should be more worried about Frieza and his friend over there. Frieza tells him to hurry up and turn that Super Saiyan crap so he can beat him, to which Goku does, and they begin their fight, which is even more fair than the last time they fought on Namek. While they fight, Goten and King Cold stare at each other until Goten decides to attack him, but King Cold just slaps him away. King Cold demands that he also turn into that Super Saiyan thing, as his son told him that, this kid could too. Goten happily does so, and goes in for round 2. Goten does do much better this time, but it's not quite enough. As their fight goes on, King Cold is blasted in the back by Piccolo and Vegeta, who join Goten in the fight. This gives the trio the chance to kill King Cold with a combined blast. The blast sends him into his ship and destroys them both. So, no more King Cold, no more spaceship. Meanwhile, we see Goku grabbing Frieza by the tail, spinning him around, and finishing him off with the Kamehameha. Soon after the defeat of Frieza, Vegeta and Nappa declare that they will achieve the Super Saiyan as well, before leaving. Goku and Goten just shrug it off, as they don't really care if they do. But if they do, more opponents to fight, get stronger. From here, we can skip forward about 2 or 3 years. We see Goten rushing over to his house at top speed. When he arrives, everybody's outside, with Krillin telling him to hurry inside. When he gets inside, he sees Roshi, his grandfather, and his mother holding a baby Gohan. Goten, being able to sense the dwindling ki from Goku, sees that he's pretty much just dying. With tears in his eyes, he hugs Goku, telling him that his son loves him, as Goku dies. Sometime later on May 12th at 10 a.m., the androids attack. Just like in canon, Piccolo is the first one to fight and the first one to die. Then Vegeta tries to stab at it, and just like in canon, he gets killed. And unfortunately, the superstar himself, Yamcha, gets killed right after Vegeta. Goten, not wanting to see any more of his friends die, he tries to rush Android 17, but quickly gets kicked away. While Android 17 begins to charge up an electric shock, Nappa tells the 2 remaining humans to take the hybrid brat and get out of here. Tien and Krillin agree that they need to get out of here. They both land between Goten and 17 and do the solar flare. However, the blinded 17 launches the electric shot and hits Krillin. This causes a huge explosion that buries everybody under rubble, dirt, everything. A few minutes later, Goten rises from the ground and begins to look for any survivors. He's able to sense a faint ki, and when he gets there, he finds Tien, who is missing an arm. Goten, unable to sense anyone else, helps Tien back to Capsule Corp. From here, Tien spends a few days in bed while Goten spends his time at home with his family. Once he wakes up, Bulma tells him that they had to cut his arm off because it was pretty much just damaged beyond repair. as well as the fact that he and Goten are the only survivors. Tien decides that everybody must be avenged, so once he's fully healed up, he sneakily makes his way to Mount Paozu, not wanting to alert the androids. Upon arriving, Tien offers to train Goten, as he sees him as the hope of the future. Goten excitedly agrees to do it, however, Chi-Chi tells Tien that she doesn't want him fighting. She can't lose another one of her family members. Goten hugs and tells her that she doesn't have to worry. If things get too dangerous, he'll retreat. Plus, he's got a little brother to protect now. No way is he gonna die. After hugging Goten, she agrees to let him train. However, she turns to Tien, telling him that if anything happens on Goten, it's on him. Tien nervously smiles as he and Goten blast off to go train. For the next 7 years, Tien begins to train up Goten. Also, Tien gets a really cool robot arm. So, don't worry about it. From time to time, Goten does return home to check up on his mother and younger brother. During these visits, he'd force Gohan to train with him, not only to make him stronger, but just in case the androids find him and he's not around. After experiencing one of Gohan's rage boosts, he is convinced that Gohan could help him defeat the androids. Goten goes to Chi-Chi and explains the fact that Gohan needs to fight to protect the future. Chi-Chi almost immediately says no to this, as she doesn't want to lose them both. Goten says that with the androids around, there's no chance for a normal life. He goes on to tell her that if they defeat the androids, he'll give up training forever. Chi-Chi, with a bit of thought, says that he can go and fight, but they need to stay safe. Goten hugs his mother, telling her that soon they'll be able to go back to a normal life. After this, both brothers blast off to meet with Tien, who is finally ready to teach Goten the Tri-Beam. 6 years later, Goten has finally mastered the Tri-Beam, while Gohan is just learning the basics. One day, the androids attacked the amusement park that, they attacked in the History of Trunks special. I think it was called Super World. I'm not entirely sure. Before arriving, Goten tells the other two to hide and only come out if it's absolutely necessary. Goten decides to face Android 17 alone. It becomes apparent really quickly that Goten isn't stronger than 17, but he is able to take control of the fight. Since he has a little bit of martial art experience thanks to his dad and Tien, he's able to take control of the fights, and 17's just a teenager who's just essentially throwing punches. Meanwhile, 18 is getting sick and tired of this guy always showing up and picking a fight with them. She sends a huge ki blast his way. However, before the ki blast reaches him, a smaller ki blast is just barely able to deflect the bigger blast. Gohan and Tien step out from hiding to fight 18, which honestly doesn't go well for the two of them, as Tien can't even use the Tri-Beam because Gohan would always be too close to 18. He doesn't want to hurt him. This ends up with the group narrowly escaping with their lives. Because of this, they have to heal up and train for a couple of days. However, just a few short days later, Pepper Town is still attacked. Goten, knowing that bringing Tien and Gohan would most likely end with everybody dying, he tells them to stay behind as he will be going alone. Tien pleads for him not to go alone. Goten just tells him that if anything happens to me, look after Gohan. Gohan himself asks for Goten to return safe and sound, as I don't think he would act like Trunks from the special. I don't think he'd be very willing to go. Goten smiles and says, "I promise," before blasting off to face the androids. When he faces off against the androids, it plays out similar to the fight with Future Gohan. The difference is Goten flies up, he waits for the androids to get close to each other, and then he just spams the Tri-Beam. Similar to how Tien did it with Cell, the Neo Tri-Beam. He puts most of his energy into these attacks just to make sure they're dead. However, as the dust settles, he sees a massive green ball that has the androids inside. Android 18 then rushes behind him and with a powerful kick breaks his back. 17 then grabs his neck with his right hand, and the other he charges up a ki blast. With a smile on his face, he says, "I've won," before firing the blast point blank range. We cut to Tien and Gohan, who realize they can no longer sense Goten's energy. Both of them drop what they're doing and rush over. When they arrive, all they find is an empty city and a lifeless body. This is what finally unlocks Super Saiyan for Gohan, thanks to his older brother. From here, just like in the special, we skip forward 3 years where we see Gohan trying to help Bulma with a time machine. Unlike Trunks in canon, I don't think Gohan, or at least this version of Gohan, would rush off to fight the androids. Once the time machine is ready, Gohan hugs his mother, says goodbye to Tien and Bulma, and hops onto the time machine to head back in time. This is when parts 4 and 5 take place, so yeah, I don't know what else to add here. Upon arriving back to the future, Gohan goes to greet everybody. He goes on to tell them about everything that happened in the past, but is interrupted by a news update on the location of the androids. He and Tien blast off to face the androids one last time. When they arrive, Gohan is able to easily dodge all the androids' attacks, even when they try to tag team him. He does offer them the chance to give him a reason not to kill them, but 18 replies with a punch to the face, and Gohan is not amused, punching her in the gut, sending her flying. He ends her with a tri-beam and turns to 17 with the same expression. 17 looks shocked, and then that shock turns into anger. However, before he can attack, Gohan punches him across the face, which also sends him flying, and finally killing him with a Kamehameha. Tien praises Gohan's newfound strength, and Gohan thanks him, but says that their job isn't done just yet. 3 years later, this timeline Cell wakes up and gets murdered. Yeah, I don't think he would last long regardless. I don't think we really need to go over that part. A few years later, the Supreme Kai shows up, asking for the help against Babidi and Deborah. Gohan and Tien agree to go train with these two. Just like in canon, Gohan pulls out the Z-Sword and eventually breaks it. Old Kai tells him that he can unlock their hidden potential for a pretty girl. And since they don't know that many pretty girls, they're like, oh, you can do whatever you want to Bulma. Old Kai says, yeah, sure, I'll do it. While initially Shin suggests Gohan should do it, he declines and says that Tien should be the one to get the power up. After all, Gohan has Super Saiyan and, all the grades. After a day of Old Kai, doing his thing, Tien gets the Mystic Transformation. Or the Ultimate Transformation, whatever you want to call it. Once Babidi and Deborah make their move, the group of 4 attack them. Ultimate Tien is easily able to beat and kill both Pui Pui and Yakon. Deborah, however, is a much bigger problem for everyone. We even see Deborah spit on Tien's robotic arm, making him cut it off, once again. This is like his third and last time he's getting his arm cut off, I swear. Deborah then proceeds to kick everybody's ass. Deborah threatens to kill everybody while he's stepping on Tien's head. Deborah then proceeds to kill Kibito, and Babidi gets ready to kill Shin. This awakens Super Saiyan 2 within Future Gohan. He then turns the tables on Deborah, ending their lives with a Kamehameha. After running out of energy, he goes to check on Tien. Gohan helps him up, and they go to help Shin. Unfortunately, as they approach, a single ki blast hits Shin, which kills him instantly. When Gohan and Tien turn around to see where the blast came from, on top of a mountain, they see a man in dark clothing with a wicked smile. So yeah, that's been this part. I hope you guys enjoyed the look back at Future Gohan's timeline-ish. I know I missed out like a lot of things. Like, why did Future Goten have his hair? I believe in like part 4 I explained that Goten saw it as a symbol, he wants to be strong like his dad was, so that's why he kept the hairstyle. I also wanted to have a moment where Gohan confronts Goten about, forcing him to train, that, Gohan isn't as excited or doesn't like to train like Goten does, but, I don't have that kind of writing skills, so I never put it in, although I do think it would happen at some point, probably like before they go to face the androids as a group. But yeah, that's been this video. If you liked the video, give it a like, subscribe. I'm gonna try to make more videos either every Friday, every Sunday, or every Wednesday. One of the two. I don't know, whenever I can get a video out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you later.